Have you ever had a headache due to allergies and thought, why does my head feel so heavy just because of pollen dust or a stuffy nose? It sounds small at first, but when allergy symptoms hit hard, that pressure in your forehead, around your eyes, or deep in your face can ruin your whole day. And here's the tricky part. Not every headache that shows up during allergy season is actually caused by allergies. So what is really happening? Who gets these headaches? When should you pay attention? Where does the pain come from? Why does it happen? And how can you tell the difference between allergy pressure and something else? In this video, we'll break it down in simple, real-life language, no complicated medical lecture, no confusing terms, just the facts you actually need. We'll talk about the common causes, the warning signs people overlook, what helps, and when it's time to stop guessing and get checked. Stay until the end because the last scene could save you from ignoring a symptom that deserves real attention. Allergy-related symptoms can include congestion, sinus pressure, fatigue, and headache, but recurring sinus headaches are often mistaken for migraine. So, what actually causes a headache due to allergies? In many cases, it starts with inflammation. When your body reacts to allergens like pollen, dust mites, pet dander, or mold, your nose and sinus passages can become irritated and swollen. Who feels this most? People with hay fever, year-round allergies, or anyone whose nose gets blocked easily. Where does the pain usually show up? Most often in the forehead, around the eyes, cheeks, or the bridge of the nose. Why does it feel like a headache? Because congestion and swelling create a sense of pressure in the face and head, and poor sleep from nasal blockage can make that worse. When does it usually happen? During allergy season, after cleaning dusty spaces, after contact with pets, or in homes with mold or poor air quality. How can you recognize it? The headache often comes with sneezing, stuffy nose, itchy eyes, watery eyes, postnasal drip, or fatigue. That full pattern matters because the headache is often only one part of the bigger allergy picture. Hay fever commonly causes sneezing, congestion, itchy or watery eyes, sinus pressure, and fatigue, all of which can contribute to headache discomfort. Here's where many people get it wrong. Just because your headache happens during allergy season does not always mean allergies are the true cause. What else could it be? Migraine, tension headache, dehydration, eye strain, poor sleep, or even a headache triggered indirectly by allergy symptoms. Why is this important? Because many people assume any facial pain with congestion is a sinus headache, when in reality repeated sinus-type headaches are often migraines. Who should pay close attention? Anyone whose headache comes with nausea, light sensitivity, sound sensitivity, or pain that feels throbbing and one-sided. When should you question the allergy explanation? When the headache is severe, keeps returning, doesn't improve when allergy symptoms settle, or feels out of proportion to simple congestion. Where do people usually feel confused? Around the eyes, forehead, or cheeks, because that's where both migraine and sinus pressure can overlap. How do you think smarter about it? Don't judge by location alone. Look at the whole pattern, including triggers, timing, and associated symptoms. Mayo Clinic notes that many people who believe they have sinus headaches actually have migraines or tension-type headaches. Now let's talk about when a headache due to allergies tends to feel worse. For many people, it's not random. When does it usually flare up? During high pollen days, after sleeping with windows open, while cleaning dusty shelves, after hugging a pet, or in damp places where mold may grow. Who notices it more intensely? People with poorly controlled allergic rhinitis, chronic congestion, or disrupted sleep. Why does it get worse? Because blocked nasal passages can reduce sleep quality, increase mouth breathing, and make facial pressure feel heavier by morning. Where do people often notice it first? Right after waking up in the middle of allergy season, or after spending time in trigger-heavy environments. What makes it even more frustrating? Fatigue. You may not just have a headache. You may feel foggy, drained, irritable, and less able to focus. How can you connect the dots? Watch for patterns. If your headache shows up around the same triggers as your sneezing, itchy eyes, and stuffy nose, allergies may be playing a strong role, even if they are not the only factor. Hay fever symptoms are often worse in specific seasons or after allergen exposure, and fatigue from nasal obstruction can add to headache burden. So, how do you actually get relief from a headache due to allergies? First, treat the cause, not just the pain. What can help? reducing exposure to triggers, rinsing the nose with saline, keeping indoor air cleaner, showering after outdoor exposure, and using allergy treatment recommended by a healthcare professional. Who benefits the most from this approach? People whose headache clearly follows sneezing, congestion, itchy eyes, or heavy sinus pressure. Why not just rely on painkillers alone? Because if allergy inflammation keeps going, the headache may keep coming back. When should you start? Simple, as soon as you notice the pattern. Close windows on high pollen days, wash bedding, reduce dust, and avoid known triggers when possible. Where can small changes help? Bedroom air, work area, pillow covers, and indoor humidity. How do you know it's working? Your congestion eases, your sleep improves, and the facial pressure becomes less frequent or less intense. Relief is often about controlling the allergy load, not just chasing the headache after it starts. Home measures such as saline rinses and reducing allergen exposure can help improve hay fever and sinus congestion symptoms. Now the big question: when should you stop guessing and see a doctor? If your headache due to allergies keeps returning, becomes severe, or doesn't improve when your allergy symptoms are controlled, it's time to get evaluated. Who especially should not wait too long? People with one-sided severe pain, fever, thick discolored nasal discharge, worsening facial swelling, visual symptoms, repeated headaches that disrupt daily life, or symptoms that feel different from their usual allergies. Why does that matter? Because sometimes the problem is not simple allergic rhinitis. It could be migraines, sinus infection, or another condition that needs different treatment. What should you pay attention to? How often the headache happens, where the pain is located, whether it wakes you up, and whether it comes with nausea, light sensitivity, or major pressure around the face. How can you make the appointment more useful? Keep a short symptom diary with timing, triggers, and related allergy symptoms. That helps separate pattern from guesswork and gives you a clearer path to real treatment. Sinus infection symptoms may include facial tenderness, nasal blockage or discharge, reduced smell, and headache. Persistent or atypical headaches deserve medical review. So here's the takeaway. A headache due to allergies is real, but it is not always as simple as I have pollen, so I have a headache. What could be happening? Allergies may cause inflammation, congestion, sinus pressure, poor sleep, and fatigue that all feed into head pain. Who should pay extra attention? Anyone whose headaches are frequent, intense, unusual, or mixed with symptoms that do not match their normal allergy pattern. When should you act fast? When the pain becomes severe, keeps returning, or comes with symptoms that feel out of the ordinary. Why is this video important? Because understanding the pattern helps you respond earlier and more intelligently instead of just pushing through it. How should you use this information? As a guide for awareness and education, not a personal diagnosis. If this video helped you better understand headache due to allergies, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment sharing your experience or suggesting the next health topic you want us to cover. Your comment may help someone else realize what they've been ignoring for too long. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If your headache is severe, unusual, persistent, or associated with concerning symptoms, seek medical care promptly.